go into NBC, we tell them I got an idea for a show about nothing.
Exactly.
They say, what's your show about? I say nothing.
There you go.
I think you may have something here.
Welcome back, guys. This is Arnaldo, aka Mad Dog, and this is going to be the real episode 75 of GG's The Mouthful podcast.
I don't know if it's a real or not. I don't know anymore.
Wow,
It is the real.
It is the
getting
real?
very, very close to 100. I hope we do something special.
We do. We got exactly 25 weeks to plan that shit out.
Yes.
You know what? It should be a live broadcast.
I think so. But from where?
If you guys want to give ideas, from the bunker, no, or we can actually go
That's
to
actually nice.
Joysticks? I knew you were going to say
something like
that.
that. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
but
Okay.
then we'll be having too many people.
Yeah.
No, it's okay.
Unless
We're
we
just gonna be-
rent out the whole place to ourselves.
That's the whole point. Yeah.
Oh, we could try something like that.
Yeah.
At least that one area that they had in the back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can rent.
Those
We can
were-
rent an area. Also, GG.
GG to everyone.
I know. I was like, nobody
missing
said
something.
GG. What happened, man? Shit.
We're all tired.
I'm not
It's Friday.
I'm not at my best.
It's
I have to admit.
That's fair enough.
we are very tired.
I gotta apologize, you guys, if I sound a little funny, a little nasally.
Just a
I
wee
am-
bit.
Yeah,
Just a wee bit.
I am on the tail end, hopefully, crossing my fingers, of nasty cold, which I don't know how the hell I got. I think I got it from you.
It could be because I just got over it recently. So
Yeah.
yeah,
No,
so-
there's
you're
been
welcome,
a
sir.
bug
Thank you.
going
Now
around
I'm
lately.
immunized. Immunized. Is that what it is?
I don't know.
I don't need the flu shot already.
No, you're good. No,
Yeah.
You're good for the whole
I'm golden.
for the winter.
You'll
Yeah.
be
So,
fine. You
there's
got
not gonna
a
be-
cold going on.
You can raise your volumes. There's not gonna be a lot of yelling in this one. You don't have to worry about peak.
Yeah, so I'm gonna make up for that. That voice that you hear, that's a little raspy, a little bit tired, a little bit sick, is Mr. Dreamy Twister, aka David Santos, sir.
Hey. How's it going, everybody?
Good. And of course, that third voice is Mrs. Shadow 24/7, aka Krista Montanez.
Sound a little low here. Do I sound low?
You sound maybe a wee bit. Have to give a little touch on the
You want to get high?
it should be the third one. Third one over should be it. The one closest to you, basically. Yeah, give it just a little nudge.
No. There
a
you
little
go.
static going on there.
There you go.
It's our old raggedy equipment that we have.
I know.
No, I think
We
that's
gotta be
better.
careful with it.
Yeah.
I think that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right. If this is your first time, guys, listen to the show. First off, thank you for tuning in. And please share this podcast with your friends. If you're listening to this on iTunes, Google Play, or YouTube, like, subscribe, and share, as I just mentioned. Thank you so much for everything.
What a great podcast to listen while you're like cleaning the bathroom.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
doing the chores around the house.
Or
Exactly.
better yet,
Exactly.
just laying down and doing nothing.
Or
Exactly.
if you're actually in the bathroom, just, dropping a deuce. Why not? Just,
Exactly.
Yes, listening to some tunes. I'm going to sing for you now.
It is.
Squeeze
So
it
would you
out.
Wow. So would you say our podcast is very conductive?
I think so.
Conducing? There you go. You're welcome.
I think so, yes. I think we
honestly,
helped the
would've
bowels
been
move.
very disturbed.
Well, first off, we're going to start off with what we always start off with, and that is, what have we been up to?
What the hell are we
Mr.
doing?
Dreamy Twister.
That's me.
I'm going to let Krista Montanez go first.
Okay. I'm going to let her too.
He's like, oh.
Ladies first.
What you been up to?
I haven't been playing games much this week. I've mostly been watching some shows, movies.
Okay.
Oh.
What you been watching?
I saw that Death Note movie on Netflix.
Oh, talk to me. I heard it's decent.
Terrible?
Oh, it is terrible? Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh.
It's because I've
Kaboom.
seen bits and pieces of the original anime.
Oh, okay.
So
So in
that was-
comparison, okay. That makes sense.
But
yeah.
I tried going in with a clear head, and honestly, it just felt like a really whiny teenager graphic movie.
That's
it was
what I-
bad.
I'm gonna still check it out. Give me it's on Netflix. I'm already paying for
go-
Netflix. Why
That's
not?
exactly
But,
why I checked it out. Because,
yeah.
Netflix? All right.
It's a shame
it's
though. I thought it was a series though. When I first saw it, I was like, "Oh, they're gonna do the series." Oh, I guess we'll see whether. And it's a movie.
So what is the thing of Death Note? What is
Yeah,
it?
you have to ask her. She
What
knows
it
better than I do.
is
Yeah.
that this kid named Light. He finds this book called The Death Note, given to him by the god of death, Ryuk. So, in the book, if he writes the name of the person he wants to kill with their image in his face and how they die, they will die.
In that same
way.
manner, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. That sounds like an interesting premise. Is this like a teenage kid?
Yes, he's a high schooler.
Oh, okay. So this is high school Japanese high school drama.
Yeah, but the anime
My
is good.
favorite.
The anime is...
No, the anime
And
is
I'm not
good.
being sarcastic.
No, I know. Yeah, I know. I didn't take it
Hello,
sarcastically.
you were going all over Persona for a while.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not being sarcastic. Japanese high school drama.
And right now you're all into
It's
Yakuza, so...
Yeah,
Although that's not
I'll
high
tell you
school.
about that. Yeah, go ahead.
So I was kind of disappointed with the movie.
That's a shame.
Really.
That's a
Because,
shame,
like, most westernized adaptations kind of suck.
Are no good. Yes.
It tends to be, yeah.
And I don't mind western adaptations as long as it's good. I
Just
really
stick
do
to
not mind.
the material, stick to the...
Or if you're going to change it, at least do something amazing with
For,
it.
yeah, it's like for the better. You know what I mean? But...
I was thinking of that. Oh my God, Ghost in the Shell.
Oh, I know.
The Western the
Solid
Western
7. I give it a
Hey,
7 mostly
no, at
because
least-
I like the property. You know what I mean? But I'm like, yes, I see its faults. I see its
But
faults.
at least
It's okay.
that movie was decent and not terrible.
Yeah, it
was
wasn't
decent.
terrible. It wasn't
It wasn't terrible.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
definitely.
no.
I agree with that. It was not terrible.
Yeah. And I've been trying to watch Rogue One, but like I haven't had a quiet time to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's a movie to watch by just in meditation. Meditate
Yeah, I had-
first. Watch it. Not have any interruptions. Just have a quiet time. That is introspective
Oh no,
movie.
don't get me wrong. Like I normally don't really watch anything without the lights off, but I had the lights off, my TV on loud. I was watching. I got maybe at least a good almost half hour into it, and then everyone in my house started talking. I'm like, oh my god,
Oh, no,
I feel
that's
like
the
I need
worst.
to watch this movie with my headphones.
Yeah. And now everybody's here.
Yeah.
That's the background noise you probably
Yeah, if you're
can hear.
listening, we've got a full house of people just hanging out, drinking wine, and they're doing my wife's hair because, well...
You save some money.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go, yeah.
And also, the most best thing ever today is that I had an interview.
Nice. All right.
Talk to us. What's going
It
on?
was my first interview, and
You aced it.
You nailed it.
I hope so.
Hashtag
Of
nailed
course,
it. Okay.
yeah, I
Where was
told
it? I don't know if you want to say, but
I don't care. It was at Lowe's.
Lowe's.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Nice,
Oh,
okay.
shoot. That's good.
Yeah.
So
good stuff.
I'm hoping, honestly.
Well,
Oh, we
we're
are
all gonna,
too.
yeah, we're all going to be
For
praying
the
for you.
discounts.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah. Home ownership. Let me
That's
tell
what
you.
everyone keeps saying.
That is, you could not have gone for a better,
And I was
position.
amazed how quick it was. Like I applied early in this week, and then they called me right away. Like,
Yeah?
come in.
Nice.
Nice.
That means they need. That's good. That's
It's
good.
great, and that's all I've been doing.
Oh, awesome. Crossing fingers, guys. We hope that you actually get the
Super
get the
best
job. and-
wishes. Yes,
Yeah, I hope so,
definitely.
too.
That'd be
Definitely.
awesome.
Definitely,
My
absolutely.
wife is a huge fan of Lowe's.
I love those too. I love the
Like,
wood
who
smell.
doesn't love Lowe's?
I walk in, I
I've
go,
learned to love it. Actually, I learned to love it.
Oh, yeah,
My
the
store
wood
was
smell.
IKEA.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, see, IKEA's nice. IKEA is
yeah.
pretty
Because
freaking tight,
IKEA's
yeah.
all compressed wood. That's all you
Yeah,
smell.
that's not. Yeah, exactly. The
That's
smell
okay.
of compressed.
They have
But it
Swedish-
looks good.
They have Swedish meatballs, and
They have
that's.
Swedish-
I mean, that's
yeah.
you
But
know,
also in
it's a
Lowe's,
winner.
you smell the cardboard boxes too, which for some reasons also
Yeah,
also nice.
It's all good stuff.
Yeah.
It's just that's the best part of a home improvement store. Is just smelling the home improvement.
Home improvement products. Mr. Dreamy Twister, what have you been up to? First off, I'm sorry you feel so sick. And if it came from me, my bad.
It's okay.
not
Like I said, I won't turn into a zombie anymore. I have the
You're good.
I have the cure. Exactly.
You have the cure to the sea
I'm
virus.
the girl from Last of Us.
Oh yes, that's
Yeah,
right.
that's right.
The girl from the last one.
I
You,
forgot her
you don't
name.
remember her name? Oh,
Carrie,
Ellie. Come on,
there
man.
you go. Whatever.
Wow, the
know.
girl
You
from The
forgot.
Last of Us.
She was so great that they even made DLC on her, and you forgot about
And I
her.
forgot. Oh, I need to play that.
I was gonna say he also forgot to play it. But go
Yeah,
ahead,
I
go
know.
ahead.
No. So I'm still continuing playing Yakuza 0. I have discovered my new drug on that game. It's so much fun I've been having with this. You remember the fun that you were having with the mini game when you were playing The Witcher?
Yes.
Gwent, exactly. You discover Gwent, and you will go. Sometimes your playing sessions will be going in just to play Gwent.
8 hours straight of Gwen.
All right.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
So let me tell you about. Well, it doesn't have Gwent, but let me
Is
tell you
it some
about
sort of gambling?
this mini game. No, not this one. Not this one. Well, maybe. You're basically managing a hostess bar.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Ooh,
a cabaret club, basically.
Ooh.
In Japan, for those of you who don't know, in Japan, hostess bars are very, very famous spots to go in, and basically what you do is, you go
the
in, have a
girlfriend
drink.
experience.
You have, you solicit, a girl, and she will sit down with you. She will talk. You could talk to her about anything. They're usually very, very well educated and very well versed on a lot of different subjects. From politics to world news to like anything. Because the point
Just to have something to talk about.
is to have something to talk
To
about.
have company.
Exactly, and to make you feel good, so you're constantly spending money. And so that's very big in Japan. And
So kind of like a bit like escorts.
yeah, and in the good way of
Yeah.
saying it. Yeah, not in the bad way.
I assume
of
without
here.
the
No, there's
happy
no
ending, they call
sexual
it.
nothing. Yeah, no.
yeah.
This is like very professional, very
I mean,
nice. Some of
there
these
are-
places are like
It's quite
huge.
literally, yeah. They I think there was a movie about it. It's called
Yeah.
The Girlfriend Experience, and this is essentially you're paying to have the girlfriend experience without the,
Yeah,
the whole.
without none of
Yeah.
the sexual portion of
But
it.
there are escorts that do specifically that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Like I said, it's on the
Yeah,
good
I
side of
know.
it. On the good side
the
of it,
more
it sounds
per
like an
se,
interesting experience.
legal
Yeah,
side
yeah.
of it.
So it's mostly general. I mean, I have to imagine. Anyway, in the game, you are managing this and trying to bring one that has been pretty much run down and off by all the other competitors, and you're trying to start from almost zero, and you get this lady, and you start interviewing her and training her, and then you recruit more ladies, and at the time when it's time to open the establishment, it's time for you to be the manager, meaning you will assign a lady to your customer, sit them on the on the table. Sometimes the ladies will ask for help. You go there, and they might need to simple stuff like, hey, can you bring us the menu? Change refill the ice, refill the ashtrays. Sometimes there's trouble that is involved, and you have to
To handle it, yeah.
to handle it. Sometimes you can actually give gift to your customers, so the customers feel very happy, very pleased. Sometimes even when it's time to get the check, you can offer, hey, especially if they're very happy.
Make them feel at home.
Yeah, exactly. You can offer, hey, would you like an extension? And usually when they accept, they start spending a lot more money. And then the game of it is like you have to match the each girl has four
Personalities.
like four different traits,
Okay.
basically, let's call them. There's beauty, cuteness, and I'm blanking out on the
And two
funny.
other traits, okay.
Funny is another one, and I'm blanking out on the last one. But anyway, the thing is, depending on your customers, which you get to know, you have to try to match the type of personality that you think, the type of girl that you think the person will like. And it
match
shows
it,
you, usually with like a happy face. If this person matches their personality, it's usually going to be happy, or a frowny or whatever.
Is it hard to find the right match?
Not if you have, your, I hate to call it this.
Levels?
I was gonna say a stable hog. I hate the term because it's gonna sound like very sexist, and you gotta see it from.
You mean you have a lot of options?
Yeah. You gotta understand. This is not to be judged by our American eyes. This is how in Japanese.
Yeah.
In Japan, how things are. And
this is normal.
Anyway,
here,
this is from your employees. You have to if you have several, then you can pick. Because they're also getting tired. While they're doing this, they're also getting tired. And as they're getting tired, they're losing HP, which stands for hospitality points.
That's actually very clever.
So you got to make sure that you don't pair a guy, a guy with a girl that has a low hospitality point, or else trouble might ensue.
Yeah.
So
she'll spill her drink on him on purpose.
Stuff like that could happen.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been able to keep so far. My clientele has been very pleased, very happy.
So wait, it's a quick sidebar here. So this is your Gwen. Is what you were
This is
telling
my
me before.
Gwen.
So
I am going to play just this portion every morning. I haven't progressed the
main
story,
storyline.
the main
Okay,
storyline.
yeah. That sounds right.
I just want to see because that part in itself, at least, it also has its own story that you progress.
Okay.
And I want to see it through.
Okay.
And not only that, but it's hilarious because it feels weird. It feels weird on some portions where you're actually dressing up the girls. And on that part, I was like, nope, I'm not doing this part. Hey, wifey, can you come here for a second? I need your help on this portion of the game.
Does this blouse go with this skirt?
Yes.
At least you did that.
These nails.
Do they have the whole maid outfit thing? Because Japan's very.
Well, I haven't bought that yet. No, they don't. I don't think I got to that part. There is a girl that I'm trying to recruit that it's dressed similar like that. Anyway, she worked for another cabaret.
Is she also a teacher?
No.
I know exactly where you got that from.
Spoilers for anybody who doesn't know.
The thing is, it's funny because you get to dress them also, and their nails and their accessories and all that. And I don't know anything about dressing up women, so I gave it to my wife. My wife had a blast.
Just dressing them
she
up?
actually liked that?
Dressing a couple.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and she liked it. And also, she did a really good job also. At the end, every time I see this girl, because you have to interview her, and then when you're interviewing them or training them or whatever, it shows a close-up of her face on the TV, like kind of like they're talking to you face-to-face, and then you're choosing dialogues. And I look at her and it's like, man, that makeup, that
really
combination,
works,
that really works. My girl looks hot. Yes, good
That's
job,
awesome.
Yuki-chan.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's this whole thing, and that's Yakuza 0, because where you play two different protagonists, because the other protagonist also has a mini game, but the mini game is more has to do with real estate.
Oh, okay.
So that's boring.
Weird. Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, so that's boring. So
That's
I've been stuck, not being able to continue the game,
The main story.
The main story.
Because real estate is like,
No. This is more fun managing. I want to get I want to platinum that if that is possible.
that's awesome. Hey, screw it. Yeah, why not?
So that's my only gaming thing that I've been doing. Oh, well, actually, that's not true. I tried the Forza Motorsport 7 demo.
Oh, the
How'd you like
upcoming
it?
one. Okay.
Oh God! I mean, it's a demo
Was it
only,
terrible?
but it is. It looks amazing. I played it on PC, but I understand on Xbox also managed to look really good.
This is the more sim one.
They're more sim. Yeah, but yeah, exactly. But nowadays, I feel like we have to make a differentiation because now Project Cars is the sim.
I saw that, yeah.
That's the super sim, and this is more like sim-ish. Almost.
I didn't really like Project Cars much because because
It was too serious. It was too.
serious, too complicated, too many
It's
menus
definitely
and
for
options.
gearheads.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in a derogatory way. I'm just saying
No.
people who are really into cars, parts, and souping up their vehicles, they dig
Gearheads.
more.
Gearheads.
I know. I don't want to say it without
They dig
explaining.
more of the stats.
Yeah,
and-
they dig
yeah.
more Project Cars. Like most of everything that I've seen, that they have Project Cars franchise higher than freaking GT, freaking Forza. I'm like, whoa, this is a serious, and I can't get it. I'm like, I know it's a sim. I might avoid it at all costs. But.
No. But I mean, it looks so beautiful, but I can't jump into it.
Yeah,
I mean,
makes sense.
Getting out of Forza Horizon, which was a lot more tamer and fun, you know. And this, I'm not saying this was not fun. It's just it's too much racing for now.
It's too stressful. I want to race.
Yeah, exactly. 700 cars. 700 cars. And that's not including Toyotas because apparently there's no Toyotas. And
Really?
Yeah.
No.
They don't have the license for it.
they don't have the license for Toyotas. They have for Porsche. But they don't have it for Toyota. I don't know what happened there. Anyway, the demo looks good. If you have a PC, you should probably download it, see how it runs, see how you like it. It was solid 60 at 4K.
Nice.
You know, when I was playing it, so that's good. I saw last weekend 2 movies that are on the movie theaters right now.
Oh, okay.
So one of them was the
Movie
Kingsman.
Pass.
No, I should have done a Movie Pass. I should have actually done Movie Pass.
Wasted money.
I know, dude. It was almost $50 that weekend alone. But
Just for the movie, right? Not
What
even
can I
including
say?
anything
My
else.
wife loves going to the movie theater, so I'm not gonna say no.
No, of course not.
So I watched Kingsman's The Golden Circle.
Oh, see, okay. Sequel to the Kingsman. Yeah.
Yeah. That movie's just fucking crazy.
Yeah.
This movie does not. It has zero respect for the laws of physics. What am I saying? For any laws
Yeah, I was gonna
whatsoever. It goes bananas.
It either breaks or bends.
Yeah, no. Yes, exactly. Dude. I mean, some of the most awesome scenes. On movies that I can remember. Although the first one was actually really good when it had that, but this one I felt like they have a part where he's fighting this dude inside this car, inside the vehicle that is raced, that is going up, like 100 miles per hour, and like he gets. Punched out of the car, and now you've seen all of this is on the trailer.
Yeah, I've seen the trailer.
He gets punched out of the car, and now he's surfing on the side of the on the door of the car, basically, and hang inside. It's stupid, but it's stupid fun.
There you go.
That's
what's important.
Yeah. I mean, I still like the first one better.
Okay.
To be honest, because I like especially the bad guy on the first one, which was Sammy Jackson. Sammy Jackson.
Sammy J.
Sammy J was awesome on it. This one has this lady that I forgot the actress name. She's really good also, but I forgot her name.
I know who you're talking about, but I can't remember her name.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Red hair, right?
Yeah. And I won't go too much on it. I will, however, warn everybody, do not watch trailers for this movie. And if you have already, do not try to watch it again. The trailers of this movie literally spoil the ending of this movie. They literally.
Really?
That's it. I'm making a mark. I'm not watching trailers anymore, or I'm going to try to avoid watching
trailers
because now it went overboard. Like I'm not going to say what it is, but it got to the part where I'm like almost half of the movie I already knew how it's how it was going to end, and yes, exactly like I thought. Because I saw it in the fucking trailer.
Yeah, I hate that.
So,
that's why I don't like watching trailers.
Avoid that, But other than that, yeah, it's a fun movie to watch, especially if you like the first one. If you didn't care about the first one.
Her name is Julianne Moore.
Julianne Moore.
Yeah.
Yes. Let me see. And I saw Stephen King's It.
Yes.
How was it?
It was great. It was. I'm not gonna super hype it because I don't think it deserves to be hype. I don't think it was. I had a problem with it.
Okay.
In the sense that, and if you want to go super, super, super clean.
Well, without spoiling it, what was the...
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. If you want to go super, super clean, skip 30 seconds. But the movie does not explain almost anything.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is like, you waiting for for that reveal, that crazy shit. Like, wow, it's
Either they might do it in the second movie, or that's just.
well, that's the problem.
Yeah, that's an issue,
I found that was the problem. The fact that, well, yeah, this
You have to have a
apparently
complete
it
movie,
doesn't.
yeah.
This doesn't tell you the whole story. This is not the whole book. This is apparently. Well, I'm reading the book right now, and I'm starting to doubt if this was even in the book. Oh,
Really?
because
Oh, wow.
I started the book, and the book is almost like it's taking over the events of the movie when I see it.
Okay.
Well, did you get the book with the movie cover on it?
No, you would have got the original.
No, it doesn't. No, I got the other book. It does show the movie.
But it's the original.
But it's the original.
Oh,
Yeah, it's the original. It's like 44 hours.
Yeah, that's
of
the
listening
Yeah,
time.
because it's a big book.
Yeah, it's a big book. Yeah. Which is okay because I've done other Stephen King books that are just as long. Like The Stand, freaking says hi. That book was awesome, though. You need to read The Stand. You will love it.
That probably
You
was
should
You will
also
love it.
read Rose Matter, which is another one by him.
Oh no, I haven't.
Rose Matter.
I tell you, I really like his style. You know,
Stephen
sometimes.
King? Yeah.
Sometimes I don't like the fact that he feels like he's just writing for the sake of writing, and I don't mean it in the way that is bad. I just mean it like he leaves you with something of a character that is interesting, and then it's like he leaves it floating, and that's it. Okay, it picks up and it continues, and then you're like, but what happened here? What happened with this guy? What, is this it?
I think that's
Left to your own
a
imagination.
lot of good writers would do. I mean, I assume they come back to him. You know what I mean? But a lot of good writers would kind of do that. So
He did that a lot in The Stand, and I also read 11/26/63, or I think that the day that John F. Kennedy was. That was a good one.
That was a good one?
You were
Okay.
like, I think you would like all of Stephen King.
oh, I'm
books,
sure I would. I'm sure
overall.
I would. I just don't have the. I mean, now that I have Audible, and no, we're not sponsored by Audible, but now that I have Audible,
yet.
I have time because I'm listening
put
to
it
these while
while
I'm
you're doing
doing
stuff.
things.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I'm out in the yard and I'm paying attention to what I'm doing, but I'm listening. I'm really intense into what's going on. Sometimes I'll be just washing dishes, or definitely whenever I'm driving to and from work.
Yeah, the
that's
commute is perfect.
Yeah, that's a 40-minute drive going and coming. It's an hour and a half right there.
Yeah.
So I definitely, because of that, I can now pick up where a lot of these stories I missed off on.
Yeah, tell you that even with that, the movie was super fun. This movie was not scary. I'm sorry, but this is not a scary movie. This is a funny ass movie.
Really?
These kids are hilarious.
So, like, dark humor funny, or funny?
I wouldn't say dark. I mean, it's not. Okay, it's not slapstick comedy. I don't mean it that way. I
No,
mean it
I
like
know that, yeah.
the interaction of the kids. It's smart. It's funny. It's basically you watching an episode. Imagine a darker. What's the series? What's the series with the kid?
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things.
Yeah.
A darker Stranger Things, basically. I mean, some of the kids are the kids from Stranger Things. It's my understanding.
From?
Some of them. I mean, maybe one or two characters. I
okay.
don't know.
I
Yeah.
think they would do that to promote, hey, watch this,
They-
because this person's in it.
It is, but that's what I'm saying. I'm thinking like, hey, did they meant to focus on the kid? Even though in the book, I'm early in the book, I still don't know. Maybe they do a super flashback, and then you get to read about the kids on the book. I don't know if that's true, but on the movie, it was all about them. It was all in there about their interaction, and it was funny, and it was funny in a realistically cute, funny way. It's like these kids are freaking awesome. I would love if I hang out with, even though they were all losers.
I have to have a problem if I'm watching even if it's a suspense movie and I don't feel, the suspense. So when you say it's not scary,
That's the problem.
okay.
Yeah,
So that's one of its issues.
That's one of its issues. I at least I expect the suspense to give me a payoff at some point. Like have a "Would you kindly" moment, to reference BioShock.
yeah. So it is
one of those.
suspenseful, but it doesn't have payoff.
But it doesn't. It doesn't explain anything. I mean, yeah, it has quote unquote an ending, but it doesn't explain. Hey, but what happened here? Okay,
is it
so
setting up
what
a
is it?
sequel?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's where the
it's
problem
pretty
is.
much.
Because remember
yeah.
the first It movie was actually in 3 parts? If I remember.
I never saw the first one.
first
yeah.
one.
So it was apparently in a few parts. So I think that's what they're gonna do with.
I think
this
that's
one.
what
I think the
Yeah,
first
I
one
can see
was I think the first one was one part, but I think it was like this huge movie. Like it was. I'll have to look it up.
I mean, there are disturbing. There are disturbing scenes where it almost, you might jump a little bit, but honestly, I didn't feel
But
like
not
there
to the
were
point
any.
where, yeah.
And so even some, I hate to say this, but even the creepy things when you will see them, some of them look like deliberately cheap
Oh wow.
or
Okay.
fun. I don't know what it was. It had a quality like, yeah, this ain't really scary.
That
you know,
that's really
It was
bad.
more killer clowns from outer space.
oh, that would be a great way of putting it. Yeah, it was more Killer Clowns out of. Wow, yes,
I love that movie, by the way. That's
That movie was-
dumb as shit.
Yeah,
I
that
love
movie was dumb as hell, but yeah.
For the record, the first back in the day, 19 whatever that was, 192 minutes. So that is
wow.
over 3 hours already.
yeah, oh yeah.
So
it was
it was all
super long
complete. It was
movie.
just very, very long. Yeah.
Yeah. But would I recommend it? Yeah, sure.
Really?
Go to
Regardless,
the movie theater.
okay.
Just because it's still a fun movie to watch. It's still I think it's more fun than scary.
I guess also to give it some recognition, too. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
It deserves it. It's doing things a little
Well,
bit different.
and it's doing very well at the
Yeah,
moment.
it is.
So
Considered a cult classic, if I'm right.
The original? Yes, definitely.
now that you can definitely expect that sequel.
Oh, sequel, of course. Yeah, most definitely, and probably one after that too.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Well, I haven't been able to watch anything, unfortunately, but I did start a new game. Oh, I
What
did.
is
I
it?
took a little advice from my boy Dreamy Twister over here.
Oh,
Oh yes, and I bought Nier Automata.
yes! Thank you, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
I
Give it
am-
again. Give it again.
Yeah.
Right. High five. There you go.
I am, based on the clock, I'm about 10 hours in, roughly. And I am enjoying it. The story is, it's, how do I say it? Man,
Nonsensical.
Ghost in the Shell.
It's Ghost
if
in the
you
Shell.
like Ghost in the Shell at all, you will like this.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, I fucking love it. So,
Seriously.
the action is great. It's a little bit button masher, but it's okay. You know, there's a rhythm to the button mashing. The how should I say it? The set pieces are awesome. When you get to those set pieces, it's like, whoa, this is some really, really good. Like I just did, spoilers if you even know what the hell I'm talking about. But I just did so right now I'm searching for 9S
Okay.
because he's missing. Because of what happened. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So that whole sequence was like, this is the shit.
Yeah,
I was like into
those
it. It was
Cutscenes are pretty legit. Yeah.
well, I mean, not just the cutscenes, but the action pieces between it. Because it goes into, like you mentioned before, it goes into like sort of a shooter or one of bullet hell shooters or shmups. Or I'm not sure what the new term now is nowadays,
Shmups,
but
I think.
shmups. So it goes into that. And when it goes into that, it's this massive thing that's happening in the background, and you're just blasting everything you can. You know, those are my favorite moments. And every time you get to one, it's great. There was another level that had this very side-scrolling Metroidvania feel to it.
Yes.
I was
I
like,
was just gonna say.
this is awesome, right? My only complaint is I wish they would have streamlined this. I think the open worldness of the game, because it is kind of an open world, kind of takes away from the game in the sense that
It's wasted. I would say,
because you're spending a lot of time going from one place to another, and what you're doing between those two times, it's very, it's not, it's
I was
nothing,
just
it's not
fighting-
important. Yeah, it's
I was
not
just
important at
fighting
all.
It
Yeah.
would
little
have been
robots.
better as like a either closed off like
It would-
section.
like a Bayonetta. If
Like
it
a
would have been
closed
direct,
open world?
Like
direct
for
Or-
instance, for an example, the mission with the side-scrolling Metroidvania, right? You do everything that I'm not going to say anything was going on, but you do everything that happens there, and it's a major story point of the game. And then from there, instead of having me go back into the open world and maybe run into some other shit and do some stupid side quest that means nothing, you know what I mean? Or it's like some sort of fetch quest. You literally get me to the next point, which would have been the sequence that I just passed. You know what I mean? You just get me. Okay. Oh, hey, we got. You got called from commander. Oh, we got to go do this. You go do this, and
almost
it
separated like in stages. I mean, you're describing basically, the way the Devil May Cry and Bayonetta and all those
normal
other games
third-person action games. Are.
Yeah.
This
That's
one
what
because
I
it
was saying
wanted.
with, like Half-World.
Yeah, this one because it wanted to hang its hat on being a little bit more open world RPG-ish. I think that kind of hurts it a little bit because I want to get to the next thing.
I don't disagree, and I feel like, some of the environment, because of that openness, it made it a little drabby.
Yeah, because there's not a lot going on out there.
There was not a lot of going. Exactly. And just like you said, sometimes just getting lost, doing nothing, just fighting the little robots because, well, I kind of know the area where I'm supposed to be, but I still have to walk.
Yeah, have to go there. Yeah, I have to go there. That's my only complaint. If they would have just made this more of an action game, I think just so far. Again, this is apparently my first playthrough. I guess. So my first playthrough. So I'm still in it. I am enjoying it. Graphically, it's an amazing looking game. I like the characters so far. I'm a little bit worried that I think that 9S is voiced by the same one who voiced Ryuji.
Ryuji?
It sounds very similar. I'm going.
Oh, Ryuji on Persona 5?
Yeah.
For real?
I'm just waiting for that to happen. And I'm like, if there it is.
I like 9S. I
like 9S
He was
too.
one of my favorite characters.
Yeah.
So, do you think this game would have been better, like, as a level-based?
Well,
What do you mean?
I don't want a stage one fight.
No, I don't want that either.
More like Devil May Cry,
I mean, like,
or
in
Dark Souls.
areas.
Stage based. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would definitely, or God of War or
God of War,
Bayonetta, like you said.
Yeah.
Anything like that where you don't have to go back into this open world and then have the possibility. Like I said, there was one side quest, and I'm going to spoil the side quest because it's the most ridiculous side quest. So one of the robots has an argument with its child robot. Don't ask me why. All right.
That's why child robot.
Child robot. Yeah. The child runs off because he's a stubborn little brat, right? I want nothing to do with this. It's a side quest. It has a little thing.
Figure it by yourself.
Think about it for a second. What's the immediate thing that lets you know there's a quest? There's this little thing above their head.
It's gonna have an exclamation point.
It's like, hey, find my son.
Correct. So I go and of course I speak to them, even though I didn't want to speak. I speak to them. Okay, she's like, oh, I just had my daughter or my son. I can't remember what it was, and whatever. And he ran off. Can you help me find him? And of course, because I will never say no in any game. Yeah, sure, I'll do it. You know what I mean? I had no intention of doing this, but I said, sure, I'll do it. If I never come back to it, who gives a shit? I inadvertently run into this kid out there in the wild somewhere.
Well, shit. Now I guess I have to take it to your mom.
And I'm like, shit. I guess I have to freak. All right, let's do this. You know what I mean? And that's my issue with open world games. I want some streamline. You know what I mean? And sometimes some world games do it right, and I don't mind doing it. Others, there's just so many little things. And then the worst part is when you walk into one inadvertently, you go, son of a bitch, I just wanted to get to the, I was trying to get to the other thing. And by mistake, I walk into this storyline I don't even want to do with. You know what I mean?
Nah, I have a more difficult problem when I see those quests because, and you don't have to get them.
No.
But I feel compelled to.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, shit.
You want to do that 100% completion.
Yeah.
Well, See, I never 100%ed, and I'm nowhere. I don't think I'm near it. I think I'm pretty good with Witcher 3. That's right. But they had these little question marks on the maps and all that. I would kind of line up my path. I'm going to pass by this. Yeah.
Don't look at that guy. He has a question mark in his head. Just don't look at him. Keep walking.
That's what I'm saying. But in a world, after The Witcher 3, where these little side quests are not this dumbass
They're
shit
meaningful,
about,
yeah.
they're meaningful stuff. These little things kind of annoyed me a little bit, but it is what it is. I still enjoying it. I'm gonna try to finish it quick because I need to get a Cuphead. I need to get a Cuphead.
Hey, don't finish it the first time and think you're done.
Oh no, yeah, I'm aware. I'm
You're
aware
not
of
done.
Yeah,
Finishing and seeing the credit does not mean this game is done.
I've already
It
seen the
means
credits
that
once.
he'll be.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh,
I have ending W, whatever that is.
what did you do?
I don't know.
He
I
walked
died.
somewhere.
Did it went real fast?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, you
Yeah,
messed
yeah.
up some. Yeah, one of the fake endings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It was a fake ending.
That's
There you go.
hilarious. Did you eat something or?
No, I didn't eat something. I don't know.
I
what
ate a
happened.
fish and it killed me.
I was gonna do the. I was like, because it was when you look at your power system, whatever. Because you go into the menu, you can look at your skills and all this.
Oh, one of them
and
is
you have your chips.
your-
And you
yeah.
have your OS chip.
your main CPU. If you take away the main CPU off yourself, because you're an Android,
you just boom.
yeah, you shut down.
Yeah.
Game over.
I was like,
credit.
oh, okay.
You know, it's funny that they even give you the option to do that.
Yeah, I know. And if you want to
Definitely.
get all the endings, hey,
Yeah.
that's one of them.
That's one of them.
Do you know what that reminds me of? Real quick, you remember that game that was trying to get you to play Shadow Complex?
Yeah, which
Shadow-
I started it, man.
Shadow Complex was great in a sense that first it's an amazing Metroidvania game, but it had a secret ending where you're with this girl, and of course the story of the girl gets captured by this evil organization. Now you have to rescue her, right? Well, you can. If you're meticulous a little bit at the very beginning, right after she gets captured, you can actually walk out of the complex, go back to your Jeep, and just run out into the sunset and be like, well, I guess there's more fish in the sea.
It's like, well, I don't want to deal with this.
and credits roll and everything. It's like the most hilarious thing. I was like, that's great. I
Yeah.
love when
I
I
like
love when
stuff like that.
developers slip stuff like that.
I like something. Yeah, that was awesome. But yeah, so definitely so far recommend. I'm definitely enjoying it, and updates will follow. All right, guys, we're going to go into some news. But before I do that, I do want to point out, first off, that, of course, GG is definitely thinking about Puerto Rico, after Hurricane Maria.
Definitely.
And that's a lot of what's been going on this week, which is why, unfortunately, there was no hot topic ready on time. Although, technically,
we do have a topic.
We do have a topic. It's
Yeah,
called
yeah.
Nothing. But, no, but seriously. I don't know if you've been able to speak to some of your family, David, or friends. We've spoken with, or I've texted with Ramiro.
We've spoken to Ramiro.
yeah.
We've spoken to Javier.
I
Also.
saw Javier. I didn't text him, but I saw his post when he was online.
Yeah, they
for,
reported they're
yeah.
okay. The situation is kind of dire
It is
over
kinda
there,
dire, yeah.
right now. So our thoughts and prayers are with them.
Oh yes,
And
definitely.
and yeah, we'll keep communicating with them. Making sure just little by little, Puerto
Yeah.
Rico is standing up again.
It is, and we'll get into what's holding them down a little bit here, but definitely hearts and prayers are with everybody, families, friends, and I hope everybody stays safe.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, going into some news. Just going to start off with some PlayStation Plus games that are coming for the month of October.
I got a sneak peek of them, and I gotta say, I was
Yeah.
very impressed with what I saw.
Yes.
I was very impressed with what I saw.
If you're not aware, PlayStation 4 owners with PlayStation Plus, you're going to get a Megaton game by the name of Metal Gear Solid 5. The Phantom
Yes,
Pain.
not the little one.
Not the little
Not
one.
Ground
The actual, no ground zeros. Thank
Not
you.
Ground Zeroes, yes.
Which I
Ground
think
Zeroes
you get.
was, yeah.
At one point, you got that. No, you're getting the full 2015 Game of the Year. I
gotta tell you.
as per David Santos.
Yeah, that was. I played the game, played to completion.
Yeah.
And frankly, the fact that I'm going to get it again for free, I'm like,
That's awesome.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
yeah.
I'm just gonna do it. Why not?
I lent it to
'cause
David
you-
Gomez and
and we
never
never
saw
got
it
it back.
again. So,
Well, there you go. You're gonna get back.
I
Anyway.
get it back. Thank you.
Thank you, Sony.
See? Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Sony. Yeah, the circle is complete.
Yeah.
See?
Shadow, if you haven't played it, definitely this is a must.
Oh, no, I have it.
Must. Oh, you do? Oh,
Yeah,
good,
I have
good.
it. I bought it day one.
Yeah,
is
it's good.
Definitely. If anyone listening hasn't played it, and you have PlayStation Plus, please do not miss out on this.
Don't miss on this.
This
one.
is an awesome game that you
And
need to
you know
have.
what? The
You need to have
hype is
played.
coming back again for it.
Well, for
that-
Death Stranding. Oh, you're talking about?
Oh no, the Metal Gear, right?
Yeah, Metal
yeah.
Gear. And you said Death Stranding.
Well, I mean that's.
Oh, well, Death
that's a-
Stranding is
that's a sequel.
Kojima.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
know.
It's a Kojima.
That's why I'm laughing about it.
But I'm thinking. Do you mean the Metal Gear? That survive Metal Gear
God.
Survive? Is that what you're saying? Because I'll be laughing
know.
at that.
I mean, let's
that's
be
not
real.
Kojima.
No,
that's
but that is
Konami.
Konami, and technically so is Metal Gear. Actually, I think Metal Gear is more Konami than it is anything else. So
Yeah.
obviously, they had to okay this. So maybe they are trying to build some hype for for Survive.
Well,
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I heard he was not terrible. Well, the people that played it,
Yeah, I heard the
they
same thing.
they say that it was not.
I mean, you're using the same
train wreck.
Yeah, you're using the same engine, and that's a great freak working.
That is a
engine. Yeah.
fantastic
Yeah.
engine. to
So
have,
the
yeah.
Fox engine, yeah. So Phantom Pain, Metal Gear Solid 5, and then along with that will come the Amnesia Collection, which is another
That's
great
another great
title.
one,
Yeah,
yeah.
you know, scary. I don't know if you guys can probably get through all of it, but I started it a couple times and I didn't get very far.
You're like, nope,
Yep.
nope.
No, I think I might keep it in my library.
Let's
Like
put
I
everybody's
have.
golf.
Yeah, exactly.
So I might keep it in my library, like I have it with Until Dawn and never played.
I
it.
definitely tag it. Yeah, I haven't played Until Dawn. I keep
you
forgetting
need to
that I
play
have
Until
it.
Dawn.
I know.
You're waiting for the PS Plus version. That's what you're doing.
No, I
know
have. Well,
Oh, you do have it? Oh,
The
well, never mind.
There was the PS.
that was the
Plus.
PS4 Plus version of it.
Yeah.
Already?
Yeah, if you remember.
Until Dawn.
I
was a
paid
few
for it,
weeks
so I don't know.
We
So,
got it.
It's so that for people who do love to play games like that, they can just download and play it. I'm like, okay, give me.
Dude,
Go
let me
ahead.
tell you.
Play it.
Hey, you know what? This is the perfect time to play. October's here. Halloween's coming up. This is the
Yeah.
perfect time to
That's
play.
why
Don't
they put
I hear
it.
you.
yeah, don't let it pass you, man. You
Don't.
really will enjoy the hell out of it.
Yeah.
And then finally, of course, for PS3 owners, Monster Jam Battlegrounds and Hustle Kings. Monster Jam Battlegrounds was a monster truck type of game, and Hustle Kings was a billiards or pool. And then finally, you have two games that are crossed by with their PlayStation Vita and crossed by with PlayStation 4. Hue, which is one that I want to get, and Skyforce Anniversary, which I saw some gameplay. Not too interested in it, but it's there. Take a look at it if you're interested in. So, jumping over to the other side of the pond, Xbox Games with Gold.
Xbox Game with Gold has some interesting selections, to say the least.
Okay,
You'll be getting the console edition of Go Home.
Gone Home.
Go Home. Yeah, that's not terrible, right? You can talk to us about it because you
Yeah.
played it to completion.
Yes, I did.
Yeah,
It doesn't take much to complete it.
It's a walking
Yeah.
simulator.
But I gotta tell you, it's all about the story, and definitely. I mean, if you're already gonna get it and you have gold, fucking get it, play it,
Yeah.
enjoy it. I mean, you can beat it within 2 hours.
I mean, it's
and
not Metal Gear Solid 5.
It's not Metal Gear Solid 5.
No.
No, it's not that. It's not that. Definitely not that.
And then the other Xbox One title for this month is Bulkheads Interactive's The Turning Test. Will receive first-person puzzle game that debuted back in August of last year, which I never saw.
I
You never
believe
seen
it's
the
called the
Turing
Turing test.
Yeah.
The Turing Test?
Turing
Yes.
test.
Oh, sorry, the
Turing.
Turing Test.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Turing test, if for those who don't know, is a test to, if you remember Ex Machina, the movie, that's what they were trying to do with Ava and the thing to prove to everyone that she was,
Human.
Yeah.
absolutely artificial intelligence. Yeah. So I haven't seen the game though.
No. I
I
no,
saw
I don't know. I don't know.
gameplay of it.
Apparently, it says it was good.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah.
Hey, you're getting it for free.
And you're getting it
Or,
for
I mean,
free,
You're already
exactly.
getting it. You
I
know what I
mean,
mean for your subscription.
It's not Metal Gear Solid 5.
No.
But
You're all
Not
gonna,
much
you're-
is.
you're
Come
all
on,
gonna-
Neither is
Come on now.
neither is the 360 backward compatibility front. Ubisoft's Rayman 3 Hoodlum Havoc.
Rayman 3?
Rayman 3? Yeah. 2000.
Not
Oh, it's a
Legends?
remaster. Rayman. Yeah, it's a remaster of 2003's Rayman 3. So I guess that this was before.
This is before the origins.
before
yeah.
the origins.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yes,
okay.
yes. Supposedly it's an HD upgrade. It was known as Rayman 3 HD when it was originally released on the PSN
Oh
and
my
Xbox
God.
Live
yeah,
Arcade in
yeah,
2012.
looking at it now. This is wow.
Yeah.
That's a long time ago.
And then from October 16 to 31st of October, subscribers will be able to download a free copy of Medal of Honor Airborne.
What?
oh my god.
Jesus Christ, Microsoft.
Why are you doing
Listen.
this?
Hey, I give it to them. They have Gone Home, and Gone Home is good. Okay.
Listen, pick your shit and go home. Because this ain't gonna cut it. This is not gonna cut it, sirs. Come
Oh,
on.
Microsoft, you're drunk.
Come on. Exactly.
I'm still gonna stand by Gone Home because it's a good movie. It's a
Oh,
good
yeah.
movie. Good
Yeah.
game. You know, it's a good game.
And
It's
the
a
Turing
GG.
test
Okay.
too is good.
Yes. I never played it.
Well, I mean, September wasn't terrible because they gave us what? Forza Motorsport 5, I think, and Oxenfree.
Oxenfree is good.
Oxenfree
I'll
is good.
definitely
Oh,
stand
yeah.
behind
And they gave us,
Oxenfree.
and Forza. Hello, Forza's Forza.
Oh, awesome, yeah.
But yeah.
All right, who's got the next piece here?
Since you go, you,
Yeah, we did.
yeah, so,
I was being nice. I didn't want to say, Shadow, you're up.
You're up.
I don't know because I wasn't sure if you had a little joint thing going
No,
on.
no. He took over and yeah. Go ahead.
Ran with it.
So the first one that I have up.
Hit the ground
already-
running, as they say. Hit the ground running. Anyway.
So that Volition,
Volition.
the studio behind, famously known for Saints Row.
Oh, Saints Row.
So they recently did Ages of Mayhem, and because of the
Oh.
way Ages of Mayhem was received, they're laying off 30 people.
oh,
That's
wow.
sad. That's sad.
That game didn't look that great after all. I mean,
I think because
I haven't heard anything bad about it.
Yeah.
It was just very average.
it was exactly
Yeah.
that's bad
Yeah.
enough. Nowadays, see,
and
I don't know how
also
you guys
it's
feel.
in the shadow of Saints Row.
The
Yeah,
sad
no,
part is that it's in the world of Saints Row.
Yes.
And for some reason, there was a time that they were going to call it Saints Row Ages of Mayhem. And they opted not to. So now you have, I get it, you know, but the name means something.
But do you
sometimes.
think the Saint Road name has so much pull?
I think it has more pull than
Oh yeah,
Ages of Mayhem. Yeah, you know what I
no
mean?
doubt, no
Yeah.
doubt. And nowadays, I feel like there is no space for, A games or B games. Everything has to be AAA or go home.
Yeah.
or indie.
Yeah, or indie.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because I think because Volition now tried to do a new IP because everyone's been all over Saints Row, and the last was a DLC named Get Out of Hell, which was standalone.
Yeah.
And after Saints Row, it's kind of hard.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, and they tried. Don't get me wrong. The game again. I haven't heard anything bad about it. Nothing. Nothing
was
saying that it
nothing
was
extraordinary.
that it was didn't play well or had
Yeah,
bugs or anything. So I mean,
and
it was
saw
well developed. Yeah,
gameplay, like early development gameplay, which looked good. I'm like, I want
it
to
did
play
look good, but the whole time I'm going, what am I watching here? I just none of it called to me. You know what, Jason Ferriello on the group at some point, if I'm not mistaken, Jason. You can call me a scrub if I got this wrong, but
he probably will regardless.
you're probably right. But no, I think he mentioned at some point that he was interested in the game, Agents of Mayhem. So I'm curious to know if you got it, Jason, and what your thoughts are on it. So post that on the group so we can hear.
The worst part though is that I didn't even know when it was coming out. So it came out. No,
Oh yeah, to
Came
little
and went,
fanfare.
and
Yeah.
nobody.
yeah, it came out and then you didn't hear anything afterward.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's kind
a
of
shame.
saddening.
And even coming like as it's coming out, you didn't hear anything. There's like no.
We were too drowned out with all the AAA games.
Yeah. Cuphead. No, just no. Destiny.
Indies.
Destiny's really
Cuphead,
weird.
yeah.
Destiny kind of drowned it out. But yeah.
That's
so.
sad.
Speaking of drowning out, Fortnite Battle Royale.
The battery. Oh, Battle Royale
some
called Fortnite.
Yeah.
That's what they should be
Yeah.
called now.
Apparently, people like this game.
Well, what is there not to like? It's free to play.
Or we can call
And-
it PUBG Fortnite.
Yeah,
PUBG Fortnite.
We'll do that. Evidently, they've already racked up a million.
I'm sure they will prefer you not to.
Yeah,
Of course not.
They will.
Of course
We'll
not.
issue a
cease and desist.
Exactly.
Not. Right now, copyright.
So for the record, this game officially launched on the 26th. Today's the 29th. 1 million.
1 million players already.
Yeah,
What is wrong with you people?
You know, I can tell you right now, I was probably one of them yesterday because I did try it out
Did you
just
try
to
it? Oh,
see,
okay.
just to see it.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
It was interesting. I'm like, because I bought early access, so I'm like, oh,
A Fortnite.
Yes,
yeah, the
I
Fortnite.
did.
Yeah. Okay.
So I decided to play because I'm like, oh, really, let's see what all the hoopla about. You know,
I want to give it a shot. I might join you.
it's fun though because it still has the mechanics of Fortnite where you can mine for materials. Mm-hmm. You know, so you can build up
Build
your
bases.
structures.
Yeah.
Of course, just like Battle Royale, you go into buildings,
Scrounge for shit.
get your ammo, your weapons, because you just start off with your pickaxe,
Oh.
and you can, like in Fortnite, can tear down those houses too to get your materials.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And you can go as solo or as a team, and once
Now,
once
if you go as a team, question on this because I was curious about this on PUBG as well because we've never got to the point where it's just me and my teammate, right? So if it's just me and my teammate at the end, do we win or do I have to kill my teammate?
I would assume if it was team based, the
Yeah.
team Battle Royale, it would just be if
Yeah,
your team
we're
wins,
good.
your team wins.
Okay. I'm curious.
But if you die, you die. Like it will
Yeah.
literally kick you out of the game.
You don't get to do spectator mode?
No. When you die, it takes you out.
That's
Oh.
okay. That's a
Yeah,
little
it
complicated.
tells you what you rank you did, and then it'll take you
Yeah,
out. So
that's a little
that's I
crummy.
think that's how they cycle their players around.
Yeah, makes sense.
So
yeah,
it-
but if you're going in as a team, you kind of want to hang on with your team.
Yeah, I think,
So-
and I haven't really tried team based. Yeah, like
Then
I
again,
was-
it's free, right?
yeah, exactly.
Can't complain too much about
So
that.
I don't know if you can spectate or not. Maybe you can, but I did solo, and they put me in a team already.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Once my team started getting killed off, you can see their names
They're
disappearing.
disappearing. Oh, okay. Well, but yeah.
It was fun,
regardless, it's doing pretty well. So congratulations, Epic. You screwed.
was,
You
Epic.
literally screwed the shit out of PUBG. No, just kidding.
That was an epic copying.
And
I kid,
especially
I kid.
as you guys keep saying, it's free.
It is free. It is.
It is free, yeah.
It is
yeah.
free, and it's not in early access either. I mean, I don't know. It is what it is. You know, we all know you're able. You know, everybody iterates on everybody else. It's just the way it works. This was a little close to home and kind of undercut a little bit. So,
Yes.
but hey, I haven't heard anything about PUBG's numbers going down. So,
No.
hey,
There are 28
Yeah,
right now,
they're-
30
I
million,
think the
whatever.
only
They're
thing
fine.
that would do that would make them that one little % difference is the Fortnite mechanics.
yeah. Well, perhaps, but I mean, the other one's more military, so it would be, it wouldn't work there. But hey, now, well, go ahead. Next news item.
All right. So, hey guys, you like Terminator 2, right? Who didn't?
Terminator 2, T2 was the best T.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the best
Yeah,
T.
yeah.
Yeah.
No other T
No.
stands up better than
TT.
T2.
Two T's. T2.
Two twos, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. How about
Tongue twister.
how about Terminator 3? How you feel about that?
Yeah.
How about 4?
4, which one was 4?
Exactly. How about 5?
Wasn't that the Last Judgment?
4, I think, was Salvation, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't
yes.
know. I saw it in theaters. I'm like,
Salvation I saw in theaters, and I'm going to tell you the truth. While it is not great, I enjoy the heck out of it. That's the one with Christian Bale. And
Christian Bale.
And the other guy, I can't remember his name, but he was in he's the guy from what's the one with the Navi? The movie with the Navi?
With the Navi.
Avatar? Avatar, thank you. Yeah.
The one that
oh,
we
The one who
that we all love but can never really name.
I never claimed to love it.
A lot of people did, surprisingly.
But yeah, so he's in that, and it's interesting. wasn't great, but yeah, Terminator Salvation was just following after that.
Well, what if I tell you that there could be, or there will be, another Terminator, but this time, not only is gonna be led by James Cameron himself, but also it'll very likely retcon everything that happens after T2.
Retcon as in
As in 3, 4, and 5 never happened.
So wait a minute.
Probably. Yeah.
So how are wait?
This is a direct sequel to T2.
So T2. Okay.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
So none of that shit matters, basically.
Yeah.
Good. I mean,
That's really
but how
good.
are they gonna? Well, I guess the multiverse, right? I mean, that's isn't that what the last one did? The last one, Genesis.
Genesis was the last one.
Yeah, and if I'm mistaken, that one, huh?
Wasn't that 5 or 4?
That was, I guess, technically 6. Because if Rise of the Machines...
Shit, that means 6?
No, I'm sorry. That's 5. That is 5. My bad. So my bad.
His mind.
That's the one with Khaleesi. I can't remember her name, but the actress that plays Khaleesi.
Yeah.
She's
Mother of Dragons.
No.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, she's Sarah Connor. She plays Sarah Connor.
She plays Sarah Connor. Yes,
but
actually.
John Connor isn't in this. Arnold Schwarzenegger's Terminator is there, and he's aged.
And he's aged quite a bit, yeah.
So that was a really not good movie. But that said, cutting all that shit out is fine with me.
Didn't not the same thing. Didn't something semi-similar? And you correct me if I'm wrong. I know nothing about this, series, but Fast and the Furious. Didn't Fast and the Furious had 1, 2, and then Tokyo Drift was some offshoot bullshit.
Yeah, but they didn't try to retcon anything.
And then they no, they didn't. But I'm saying it was going to this is going to almost straight to video quality.
Oh,
and
it was good. Yeah.
And then suddenly they stepped it up.
Oh, no, get me wrong.
What
I
was they
think,
doing here?
yeah, but this one is really, this one has been hanging on to a thread since Terminator 3, which was what, 2002? 2001? No, 2000, somewhere back there.
So now we finally get our official Terminator 3.
Yeah, an official Terminator 3. No, what I was trying to say about the Genesis was not a reboot. It was almost a different timeline. As to
So
say
alternate
that, an
timeline?
alternate reality. So if they introduce alternate reality, they can go in and say, okay, well, all those realities that you've seen so far,
That was
all
you were in
fake,
the
yeah.
wrong reality. You were in the wrong
Or
reality.
a bad dream sequence.
Oh my god.
a bad dream. Yeah, a bad
Oh
dream.
my god. They're gonna Star Trek the whole thing now.
I
It's gonna be
think
like
so.
an alternate universe.
I mean, to be fair, as you mentioned, if they can bring it back from the brink the way Fast and the Furious did, because
Yeah.
Fast and the Furious, I saw Tokyo Drift, and while I enjoyed it, it wasn't very good. And 4, Fast and the Furious 4, I don't remember what the hell the name was. That wasn't very good either. But then I saw 5 for whatever reason, and I was like, all right, this is actually freaking good. This became a heist film, you know what I'm saying? Which I love heist films. And in 6, I hadn't seen 7, but 6 also kind of was like, oh man, this is, you know what I'm saying? Now it became, and I hate to say this, not to use this in a good way, but it came a little bit Michael Bay-ish, where it was now these again big set pieces and it's action and all this stuff, but the story was also good, and the beauty of it is they kept the characters, you know what I'm saying? The characters were all, nothing was retcon. See, that's the big difference there, is nothing was retcon. Yes, the shit that happened in Tokyo Drift, while they happened at a different timeline, whatever, it still happened, and it meets up. You know what I mean? You finally get to that point. I think it is in 7. I'm not mistaken. It's in 7 where Dom takes off to Tokyo, and there's this brief moment where he meets up with a guy from Tokyo Drift back in part 3, and they kind of talk about what happened and whatever, and they move on. So when you have it that way, I think people go, oh, yeah, you know what I mean? And of course, you like the characters and everything. And the characters were always awesome. They were always hilarious, I don't think Terminator has that. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry to say it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Arnold looks kind of aged,
Yeah, oh my God, dude. He's
For a Terminator that's not supposed to age because it's a freaking robot.
Yeah.
Also, didn't Fast and Furious had a timeline going on too?
It did, yeah.
They literally
So-
said which movies to watch.
Well, I mean, I'd still say watch it in chronological order. It doesn't matter. Not chronological, excuse me. In the order of release.
Movie order?
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. But the point is that they never cut anything out. They never went back and said, "Oh, this never happened."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They kept it, and what they did is worked around it. And you know what? it kind of worked. You know what I mean?
Well-
I know you're not a big Fast and Furious fan, sir.
No.
But I would definitely say, while it's going to be a rough ride in the first 3. You know what I mean? It's still
Buckle up.
worth it. Yeah, it's still worth it once you get to the end, because at this point, it really does start to
Yeah,
to
that
get
is
good.
a good thing of winging it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As for Terminator, I don't know.
The the untitled sequel has Deadpool's Tim Miller as a director.
Oh, okay.
So
All right, well-
so far,
I wonder how
good
it's gonna
name
be
so
now.
far. Yeah,
Tim Miller, but okay. Well, we're gonna look up Mr. Miller's history here outside of Deadpool. Miss Shadow, you can. I'm gonna bring up his history so I can put him down. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Go ahead.
So this piece of news is going to be a follow-up of another piece of news that I did previously
No.
on Shadow of War.
Oh, God.
I'm sure everyone
Shadow War.
remembers of the money grabbing,
the money grubbing?
DLC of
Those
Fourth
damn
Dog.
orcs.
I thought you would talk about the name of your new segment. It's Shadow of War,
Oh, what she takes on.
where you take
everybody.
over and work on you.
Shadow 24/7
Shadow
of War.
24/7 of War.
As a follow-up, Warner Bros. And Monolith has apologized for the DLC.
I love that she called it Warner Bros.
Yeah, Warner Bros.
Well,
Yeah, it's fine.
pretty
Hey,
much that is
Warner
what
Bros.
it is.
Yeah.
And it is abbreviated that way. So they apologized for the Fourth Dog DLC, as per they don't want to deal with any legal stuff in other countries.
Ramifications. Mhm.
And they decided to make the DLC free for everyone.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. That's owning
And
up
they
to it,
themselves will donate to the family of the deceased.
which has nothing. Okay, that makes sense.
So,
That makes sense.
yeah, and anyone who bought it will get a refund.
Nice.
Yeah. Just to put, you might want to give, for those who didn't hear the last
story, yeah.
the last story.
So
what it
yeah,
was.
so basically what there was is there was a DLC that was made primarily by a developer within Monolith who passed away, and so the developers decided to, and I want to say the developers and WB, so Monolith and WB decided to release it
Release it in
and
honor of him.
Yeah, exactly, honor him, and on top of that,
Actually, he had his likeness on this
On the orc,
face.
yeah.
Yes.
the orc.
and on top of that, take not all proceeds, some of the
About-
proceeds, and donate to the family, and the other proceeds we didn't really know what they were going to do with it.
It was only in select states, and so people overseas, they're like, "Where's my money?"
Where
going
my
to?"
money going? Was not overseas, select states, because there's laws. Unfortunately, there's laws on how you do
How money works.
how you do charity, and so how do you donate for stuff. So it's important to understand that that's a problem. That's most likely the problem they were running into. And they didn't say it. They should have just came out and said, "Hey, unfortunately, these days we can't do it." But it looked a little grimy.
Yeah, they kept tiptoeing around it. They wouldn't actually come up front until now to just say that it's free.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So, and the final piece that I have here is Assassin's Creed news. Assassin's Creed Origins, which is the next title for Assassin's Creed, which they took a nice year off to really focus in on.
I'm actually
Hooray!
glad. I'm glad for that. Really.
I don't know. Like I said, I haven't played since the first one. Maybe I play a little bit of part 2, which
It
apparently is
gives
the best.
them time to actually find, their
Groove.
good points.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Polishing. It gives them that time.
Hopefully, yeah. If you're not interested in doing the combat, which some people say, they're people a little bit iffy on the combat, they are introducing a zero combat mode, which will be coming out next year. They have also,
What?
yeah.
So just full on.
You don't have to play the game that you bought to play the game.
So it's pretty
Well,
much
technically-
Assassin's Creed, the movie.
The-
but better.
Exactly.
More like Assassin's Creed, the museum visit.
Yes.
'Cause
So Creed, because you don't assassinate
So,
anyone.
but you know what?
Yeah,
that,
that's-
that also means
that's
you
not-
don't need to pay and drive to a museum to see a museum.
Yes. So Assassin's Creed, it's also called the Education Mode. It's going to be released early in 2018. Absent will be the combat and any action.
And this is how the Templars got rid of the Assassin's kids.
Exactly.
Can you say animus?
It's being designed to teach students about life in Egypt. Discovery Tour by Assassin's Creed Ancient Egypt is kind of what it's the full name of it. And it's going to be a free update. It launches, let me see here. The game itself will be launched on October 27th, PlayStation 4. That's what it is. Okay.
Anybody interested in Assassin's Creed, playing Assassin's Creed? Now,
I honestly, I want to give it a shot. And I'm going to tell you, yeah, well, I mean, it's a calling to Origins. You know, it's took a break. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, maybe this may be the time to kind of hop back into it, especially since you're going back to the earliest, you know what I mean?
You don't like open world.
I don't. See, that's my problem. I don't want to collect flags.
And this is the one that started it all.
I know.
So I don't know.
So instead of 100 flags, it's 1,000 flags.
Yes.
No, I don't want to do it.
Maybe they not. Hopefully they don't do collectibles.
Oh, I'm sure
But,
they
you know,
will.
What's
I'm
the
sure they will.
thing in that?
Yeah, I'm sure they will. But unfortunately, fortunately, excuse me, it does come out at the October 27th, which is the day of all days for this year.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, we'll see. I don't think I'm going to pick it up at that point, but I will try to get into it at some point. So we'll see. We'll see.
I am very happy to report that my favorite console is going to it's going to have a mini version of it.
Oh.
And you might say, oh, it already have. It already was released today.
the Super NES.
Yes. But no, you've been mistaken, my brother and sister. A mini version of the Commodore 64 is coming on 2018.
The Commodore 64?
Yes. The
What?
best console ever made.
Okay, that looks like literally a mini keyboard.
That's exactly what it looks like, yeah.
Super millennial. Listen.
I know what it is, but
Back
it does
in the
look like a
day,
mini keyboard.
This was the best way to play games that was not the Nintendo, the NES. It'll come out with 64 games pre-installed, including California games and Speedball 2, Broto
California
Deluxe.
Games.
And yeah, California Games was awesome. You remember California Games?
No.
It had like roller skate and hacky sack and like, you remember the summer. You remember summer games, the series. You know, summer games and winter games. Summer game was like the Olympics.
Okay, I remember.
That came out on NES and all that. Well, California Games was, you know, kind of like a take on that, but it was I think it had skateboarding, rollerblade. I think it had surfing. It had surfing, yes. Hacky sack, like I said.
Hacky sack?
Yeah.
That's a summer sport?
Yeah, that's a summer sport, apparently.
Okay, hey, no judgment, no
Apparently
judgment.
it is.
It's so great. It comes with a wired joystick. It is HDMI, of course. But you can use. It says that you can use any standard PC USB keyboard and interface on it.
Really?
So I guess that'll be cool. I mean, I've always said that it has always been my favorite console just because the ease of where I can find games. I could go to school and come back with like 40 games literally on one day. They will all be on those floppy disks.
Oh,
I remember you telling me that.
Yeah. And it'll be, and I mean, the games were great. They have their own versions of Double Dragon and Contra, which was called Grayzor or something like that for some reason.
Grayzor?
I think that's what it was called. I think that's what Contra is called on the UK.
Oh, outside of
Europe.
US?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. And anyway, I was very excited to see that. That little bit. They say that it's coming in early 2018 for a price point of $70. And yeah, I'll definitely. I mean, depending, as long as if it's something like quality, like the NES, like the Super NES mini is, which I just saw for the first time. I see one of those minis,
it's
and
adorable.
it is kind of it looks good. Yeah,
we just saw it here
looks
in the
good.
house.
Yeah. We have one on the yeah.
It's not ours, but it's here. It's pretty awesome.
we
looking,
touched it.
looking like.
It's here to test drive.
I felt it up.
Yeah.
Maybe I might have licked it when it was.
Oh, that's very disgusting.
So, though, like I've told before we started the podcast, I want to collect the little mini collection of the
minis?
consoles just to have it. You
Well,
know?
I'll tell you,
Well, there you go. Now you have the
Commodore.
The Commodore,
if it ends up being that level of quality craftsmanship, I'll definitely get it.
You know what the best
Without a
part though is that I'm sure you'll be able to find a copy anywhere.
Oh yeah. Oh, did I tell you? Because one of the cool things that this thing has is that Star Fox 2.
Oh, the
Which
new
was
one.
never
Yeah,
released.
the
Yeah.
Super Nintendo.
Exactly. Yeah. Apparently, that's already have been ripped out and it's in the wild.
I
if
was
you
gonna
wanna
say
download
it
you
may not have
know.
been released, but it's been out there for quite some time.
Yeah. No.
And-
not Star Fox 2.
Star Fox 2, yeah. People
Oh,
are saying you can
wow.
emulate that for a while now.
You could emulate it now. They have been ripped. No, the original version was never out. I could be wrong. I don't know.
I think so. I think it was. Well, maybe. Fact check us, guys.
Yeah.
Let us know.
You let
That
us know.
said, review wise, people said it's not as good as the first one, anyways.
Yeah.
So,
But it's still good.
But at least
No,
you get
definitely.
to
Right.
play it on its supposedly quote unquote original system.
original system, yeah.
Yes.
And I just got your joke, Shadow, when you said it'll be easy to find this one. Okay, haha, yeah, because who cares about the 664? I'll tell you who cares. A lot of young, impressionable youngsters of the 80s, right after they went, that's
Who are old farts now, by the way.
who are old farts right now.
Well, I mean, I was just saying that, like,
that was so awesome.
I'm sure it was popular, but not as popular as
No,
the
it
SNES.
wouldn't
That's
be.
what I was saying.
That said, I knew a shit ton of people that had it. That's how I got my games, and and then I will lie to school, say that I felt sick because I wanted to get home and play,
Oh my
30
God.
games.
Oh,
Back to back to back to back.
Yeah. C64 maybe.
So, recently, Steam has been hounding and deleting almost 200 games.
From their library, okay.
Yes. And
Wait, what?
yes, almost 200 games of what they would call shovelware or bloatware games that are terrible.
The fake games.
Yes,
Oh,
so-
okay. Well, I'm glad. Yeah.
Yeah, so almost 200
Good riddance.
games developed by Silicon Echo Studios were removed.
All
by
developed by
Steam.
one studio.
one studio
Yeah.
and released in a matter of sometimes just a month.
Yeah, in under a
really
month,
saw that
and it would
crap.
be so bad, even to the point that they would even reuse stuff
Assets.
to just sell it out there. And you
Well,
know,
there were asset flips. Yeah, they will get the Unity and they'll go to the
Engine.
Unity engine and go to the Unity store and buy assets that they can just put in the games. And the idea, the reason why they did this was because the games don't matter. What they're really going after is the economy of the trading cards. So they will sell this, shit games
very
that are
extremely
super easy.
cheap that people can get. The
You could
trade
get 1,000 achievements just by
cards. doing
pressing
nothing.
a button or doing nothing exactly, or
Kind
just
of like what
running
they're
around.
doing now on
And
trophies.
And with
Yeah.
those achievements, what it'll do is it'll eventually give you trading cards that there's an economy behind them. Then people can exploit. And supposedly, the Valve decided to remove Greenlight in order to curb that, and they decided to impose $100 entry fee for
but the thing
for
is,
getting a game into the store. That has helped in no way whatsoever. That has exacerbated the problem even further, even more.
But the reason, because I would admit they got a little smart with this, with the whole $100 thing. But since they pushed all these cheap games in, they can actually bypass that.
Yeah, I mean, $100 buy-in is not a lot when you're going to get stuff in the. I mean, you're going to get because you're using your game, which is probably shit, but everybody knows it's shit because it doesn't. It's an easy game to get stuff that you can then use
And
yeah,
resell.
exactly.
And with that, though, from reading this, it made me feel like it made the trading system kind of like a gamble because people would get the trading cards and then sell them and then buy them. So it was really just a business gambling thing, and I'm glad they removed it.
Yeah. Well, they removed these games, but they still. I mean, I said it. Remember when we did the news and everybody was like, "Oh man, yeah, you don't want to make the entry fee too high because then that will make it difficult for small indie developers." And listen, if you believe in your
Product, yeah.
in your product, you probably will afford, more than $100 Make it $500, make it $1,000, make it $1,000.
$1,000 is not a lot for a game
that could potentially get you a lot more
like,
revenue.
For like big games or games that you know are going to be
That's not a lot at all.
An indie game that
was the problem. Honestly, that was the problem with the iStore, the iTunes store, or the Apple Store, whatever it's called. Yeah. It got flooded with these people who can go in with, I think it was a $99 buy-in to you make some sort of game and put it out onto the store, and it was an easy thing to flip because it was such a low buy-in price. $99 is nothing. You know what I mean? That's nothing when you're trying to make. If you're potentially making back $100,000, a $99 buy-in is nothing.
Yeah.
So same thing
like,
here.
Chump change right there.
Yeah. Same thing here.
Yeah.
So it's
I think it's too low.
that they-
$100.
Yeah.
That's nothing.
Oh, and get this, Silicon also has been under the name of Zonatron Productions, and between the months of July and August, they've actually put out 86 titles.
That's impossible.
they will
86
continue.
Yeah,
titles.
of
I bet
course.
they will
Until they get stopped. Really,
But then again,
Until Steam will
86
put,
titles.
like-
That's $8,600, right?
let's say yeah.
Yeah, it's $100 per title,
Yeah.
right? That's
No,
what
no.
you.
Oh no, not even.
No, they would bypass the $100 with
They
those
could
multiple.
they pay one time the $100 and they will push as many games as they can per entry.
Before they
That's
can do
definitely not
another
the same.
You know what?
That's bullshit.
That is Steam. Yeah, this is the state of Steam right now,
Yeah.
and on the PC platform is that there is no control and there is no desire to make it better because Steam still makes its cut. So because Gabe Newell is still getting his cut, there is no movement, there's no fixing, and of course, none of the other companies can do what Steam has. The Microsoft Store is a unmitigated disaster. The EA, it's only going to sell EA and some of these games here and there from other companies, but
Don't get me started
that
on
better.
the mobile
No, the
stores.
mobile
The
market
mobile-
is
yeah.
They're
Freaking-
done.
So, but this
They're
is
done.
kind of the
There's no coming back for them now. Yeah.
But this is the con of letting anyone like you and I can make a game and we can
Yeah.
put it on there.
Exactly.
Well, shit. With Unity, if you get a student Unity license and you buy a $10 asset, thing, you can put your game out on Steam. Pay the $100 entry fee, and hey, I made a game.
Yeah.
That's like the
This is what you
con.
get
If
for
they
getting
don't
this game. Yeah.
regulate it and regulate like the games like-
Curate. Yeah, they need to curate their
like-
library. This
like
is what's
even-
important.
I think the best part, like in my opinion, it might take some time. View the games before they set it out to
Yeah,
the store. That'd be
absolutely.
the best part to.
The
keep
problem
that
is that's a
bluntly
lot.
out.
That's a
It
lot of
is.
games. But at the
It
same
is.
time, you're going to need that, and I don't think they're going to
That's why I
because they're
said
making
it
they're
takes
making
time.
money.
They're making
hands
money.
over
They could
fist.
have.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
have
yeah.
the resources. They just.
They do have the resource, but they're like, are we going to spend additional money to curate
that's
when
what
we
I'm
don't
saying.
have
Yeah,
to?
yeah.
Just like
yeah.
with, I guess another example would be YouTube. They let anyone post whatever. The only thing that they would actually do something is if it violates, if
Yeah,
they notice the
that stands
violation,
out. Mhm.
or if somebody reports it
Just
enough.
like this. Just like this stood out in Steam. So this week we got a major hot topic, guys.
Yes,
major.
this is something
Oh yeah,
that
I
was
was
serious.
waiting for this.
It is serious. I think we're ready to
I
lay
think,
it down. Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah.
This is what I have to say. I have to ask this question because I'm not entirely sure if anybody knows about this, and frankly, I kind of find it frustrating. Right? So here in Florida, and I'm gonna say Florida because this is the only comparison that I have for it. For some strange reason, you go to some places and you order a burger. Okay, and I order a burger, and I'm like, okay, let me get whatever. Hell, it could be McDonald's, Burger King, it could be any of these places. Why do I have to say no mustard on my burger?
Do you want to know why? I can give you a straight answer why.
Please tell
Oh,
me.
please tell us.
It's because you're in the South. That's why.
Oh, there you go.
This shit. Okay.
That's exactly why. Because
You go to New York and you put mustard on a
all-
burger, you're gonna get shot.
That-
They're
Yeah.
gonna freaking shoot you.
Damn.
It depends where you're at. 'Cause if you're in the Bronx, it could be shot or stabbed. You know what I mean? Depending
or
on
you
what
might
situation.
just get mugged and just.
I'll
get
never
beaten.
forget when my wife and I moved down here. We went to one of the fast food joints. You know what I mean? We just order whatever. And we took a bite. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, for instance, the Big Mac. It's going to have the special sauce no matter where you go. North or south, you're going to get special sauce in there. However, the quarter pounder with cheese, which normally comes with just ketchup. Okay.
Not here.
Somebody
What
had
you
a nice
thought was just
squirt
ketchup.
of freaking mustard. And I was like,
Ew.
what the fuck? Okay. I mean,
Do you not like mustard at all?
I like, no, get me wrong. I
On
actually
hot
like
dogs,
mustard.
it's good.
I-
Hot dog is
Not burgers.
fantastic.
And not
Yeah.
just mustard. Not just hot dogs. I mean, you can go to many different places.
Yeah.
And not on a burger.
Yeah, no,
A
it
burger
just
is
ruins
kind
the
of a travesty.
sacredness.
It's
burger.
mustard. I mean, excuse me. It's ketchup, mayo, or a combination of the both. You know what I mean?
And maybe
No
some
mustard.
salt in the ketchup mayo.
Salt
Not
needs to be on the
salt,
burger.
Pepper.
Yeah,
Some pepper.
yeah. But yeah, what the fuck? What is the deal with freaking
What's
mustard?
the deal with freaking mustard
Yeah,
on a
on a
burger?
fucking burger in the south.
It's because you're in the south.
It's like a
that's
shadow
what
say, yeah, it is. This is
Because
a southern thing.
my parents would always tell you the first time they've had mustard on a burger was when they were in Texas.
There you go.
'Ause
It
the South.
is ridiculous. I cannot
gross.
believe, and I found out pretty recently that it has to do with. And it's not just Florida. I mean, it's just southern,
It's all
south
south.
of Tennessee, maybe. I guess I don't know where the line is, but wherever that line is, clearly I need to be north of it because, I was so and it never fails that I will forget. Because it happens. I forget to say, because it shouldn't come with fucking
Because
mustard.
it-
You know what I mean? So, I
Look
go
at
in.
your damn menu
Yeah.
before you order.
No.
You shouldn't
You shouldn't
have
default to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
They should tell you immediately. Do you want mustard on that? Do you want condiments on that? And be like, yes,
what,
just
no,
mustard.
more than-
Just
what
mustard, just
condiments
ketchup.
do you want on your burger?
Yeah.
So
That's
I
what
can
it should
say
be.
no fucking mustard. Okay. And that's all I gotta say about that.
I mean, that makes all our worlds better if they
It
just
does.
ask.
I think so.
What condiments do you
I
want on
think,
it? Like they
honestly-
do
Yeah.
with hot dogs.
There would be a little bit more peace in the South
I think
if there wasn't fucking mustard.
I
on
think I'm
burgers.
starting
Just
to
saying.
like and I realized
Especially since you have the Northerners coming down
Yes, that's
to
what I'm saying,
Florida and staying here.
you go to a fast food restaurant right now. I think McDonald's is the one that has been not doing this. And you go to, you have the machine that is right there, the touch screen.
The touch screen, yeah.
touch screen. And you can make your burger whichever way you like. I love that shit because it takes away from the interaction of having to specify, well, I want to do this, but not too much of this, but not this is, and I can make it whichever way I want and not feel judged by my selections. If I want to put freaking mustard on my burger, I live in a free country.
And he's like, I
I'm
love
gonna
that
put
spell specifically. I need some mustard.
And by the way,
2 squirts of mustard, please.
welcome to our topic of the week. It's a show about nothing.
It's a show about nothing.
We're gonna talk about nothing here because
Absolutely.
we are tired of being too topical. Don't get me wrong, we're gonna continue with the topics
Honestly,
next,
though,
next
it's
week.
also
But
the
this time
weekend.
is, you know what? This is our way of protesting. We're gonna take a knee here,
We're taking it.
and we are just gonna shoot the fact. We're
Yes.
just gonna talk about anything and everything.
Anything and everything.
You know
Honestly,
what
though-
Grievous? Oh, go ahead.
Honestly, I don't like fast food. I really don't.
I don't like
It's kinda
fast food
gross.
either. Actually,
will-
no, I take it back. I love fast food.
I was gonna say I love fast food. I know it's not good for me,
I
but
will
shit, I love
eat-
that thing.
I will always eat Chick-fil-A though. That's
I love
so good.
Chick-fil-A. Yes.
Chick-fil-A is probably the best chicken that you can get.
Yes,
Man, those
that's-
freaking
yes.
those
waffle
nuggets.
fries.
Those nuggets are
Waffle
fantastic.
fries.
So,
By the way,
I'm gonna ask
I
you
may be the
something after you.
Oh, no,
finish
go
what
ahead,
you're
go
talking
ahead.
about.
Oh, I was gonna say,
Yeah, after
I don't
you
know if anybody
finish,
else
I'll
does
ask.
this, but I don't use ketchup on my fries. Every time I've gone out with you,
Yeah.
and we'll have something, and I'm like, man, no judgment, bro.
No.
Let me a little bit of mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Let's just dip a little bit in the side. This is like a potato
pretty
salad. This
awesome.
is a deconstructed potato salad.
Yeah.
is what this
Yeah,
is
pretty
right here.
much.
So, yes, no judgment on me. Okay.
I used to have a friend that will squeeze the fries. I always thought that was super disgusting.
Squeeze it.
Yeah,
mush
squeeze
'em?
them. Yeah, like mush them,
So,
mush them
like,
before eating
bring
them.
it out,
It was when he was a kid.
Okay.
Oh, okay,
But
that's
still, it was to eat them like that. It would get the because they're super greasy. So you will get like the grease out, and it'll be completely mush, and that's the way you always like to eat it. And I always thought that was very weird.
Chicken nuggets and mashed potatoes sound gross, but absolutely delicious.
All right, you guys are making me hungry with this food talk. It doesn't have to be.
I know.
Doesn't have to be food all the
Last
time,
food talk. What are your top? I want to say 4 French fries.
A top 4 French fries. Okay.
Okay.
Fast food,
Top
anything.
4. All right. So
You go
shit.
first, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I have
alright.
to. I have to put them.
I can go first since I asked.
Oh, go ahead,
I can
go ahead.
first.
Hit me.
Number 1.
McDonald's have to be first.
Why 4? That's a weird number. But go ahead.
You'll see why. 'cause
It's about nothing.
Yeah.
So
Number
she
one-
says 4 is 4.
number
is
1
4.
for mine is Chick-fil-A.
Okay. The waffle fries.
I put
Second
McDonald's.
is Checkers fries.
Ooh,
Oh shit! I take it back.
Checkers.
Shaker fries go first.
Wait.
Checkers.
McDonald's go second.
Arby's fries are delicious.
I can't eat at Arby's fries. I can't eat
curly
at
fries?
Arby's. Period.
Why?
Curly fries.
Because it sends
The
me to
curly
the bathroom
fries.
super bad. Gives me super runs. I don't know why.
yeah.
Why is it that they put on their food? But two
it's
times
called-
already has happened, and it's
it's
like
called
nope, I'm
meat
done.
cold cuts.
No, it's
And
called.
last one would be
All
the
Foods.
shoestring fries at Steak and Shake.
Steak and Shake.
I don't like those. They taste like
Shoestring?
nothing. Yeah, it tastes like nothing.
They're like almost. They're like a mix between
Oh, my
fries and
bad.
potato
Let me
chips.
switch that.
Yeah.
The Cajun fries at Five Guys.
Cajun fries are legit.
The. Let me see. Number 1 for me. Honestly, I have to go with McDonald's. It's just,
McDonald's fries
is
is
like
it's a
really, really
default.
good.
Yeah.
McDonald's is
Yeah.
good though when it's hot. Like
It
really
is definitely,
hot.
yeah. But
Once it
I
cools
know
down,
that
it's
they
like gross.
use in the oil. I understand that they use beef bouillon, which is
I didn't know that.
Yeah, which it gives that little
That little
a little
beefy-
brown.
That's
Like,
what makes it that they
savory,
never
yes.
go old.
Well, no, that has
So more
that's,
The
preservative.
never,
that's more
the never
preservatives. Yeah.
grow old thing is more
Yeah.
on the potato wise.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of curly fries, so I have to kind of go with Arby's.
Yeah,
Arby's
Arby's.
is my second, and for my third, I probably have to go with. There was this old crinkled cut fries.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
From a Nathan's. They used to have cheese on top of it, like melted cheese, and it was good stuff. That would be my third.
Yeah, but a fourth one, or are you good at 3?
Oh, I'm sorry.
A bonus.
It's a-
Wendy's.
bonus one.
There you go.
Yeah, okay. We'll go with one.
I go with Wendy's. Sure.
What's yours?
he
What
mentioned.
before? Oh, I mentioned it. I
Yeah,
say
yeah.
All of
I said the Fridays. That was Friday. No, sorry. Checkers.
Checkers.
Second McDonald's. Third is
Totobito.
Totobito. I forgot.
You forgot it.
I don't think I have a third or a fourth. It's like whatever.
Those are the best ones. Yeah.
Yeah, Wendy's
that
is
point-
there. I like Wendy's.
You know,
Can you
even,
really screw up a fry?
I know. How
no,
hard could it be?
even like restaurants.
The thing is,
too.
I'm not a super fan of the waffle fries because I mean, not that they taste like
I like
bad
it
or anything. They
because-
just don't. There's nothing special other than the fact that they're shaped
That's-
like
They're
waffles.
waffles, yeah. Mhm.
I don't feel like there's anything special on them, and for some reason, I just because they're shaped like that, I don't tend to put salt on it. For some reason, I don't get to mix it or put sugar.
No, the reason why
I
I
mean,
like
not
'em-
sugar, ketchup on it. Well, ketchup has sugar,
Yeah,
but
the
I just eat them like that,
No,
and
no,
they're
that's fine.
fine.
The reason why I like them is that the pockets, the holes,
Uh-huh.
it helps keep the sauce in
The
it.
sauces, yeah. You can stack
Oh.
stuff on it too, which is really good. Which is really awesome.
Okay, so now enough food.
So
yeah,
yeah,
never
enough
know
food. I got a question.
Yes, talk to me. Sir.
Why the hell do you always have to change the look up and down settings whenever you're playing a game?
You mean the invert settings?
Inverse settings, that kills me.
Sir,
What the hell is the logic behind that? Why does your character has to play like a freaking plane?
so
And does this happen with first person shooters? And go.
yes. First off, it does what happened with first person. It also
Jesus.
happens with third person action games. For instance, now that I'm playing Nier, the camera, if I need to look above the character, I pull back on the stick.
You pull down to
back.
look
See,
up.
that's the difference. See, I think that's where the law is. I'm not pulling down. I'm pulling back on the stick to look up.
back
Yeah,
is
yeah,
down. When you look at the controller,
However you want to call it.
back.
Or better, as in the cockpit on an airplane. Pulling
yeah.
back.
Yeah,
or
Yeah,
up.
pulling back. That's what I'm saying. I'm not looking at it as looking down. I'm looking at it as pulling back,
Pulling back.
to look up.
Okay.
Yes, That's honestly the only reason. And to be honest with you, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but
I think you did. That's just the first thing that could occur
Just,
to me.
just
yeah.
refresh your minds.
it all started with GoldenEye, 007,
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Nintendo 64. For whatever reason, this defaulted to invert settings.
Oh.
I don't know. Frankly, I can't remember now if you can change the settings. I do
Think
know
so? 'Cause
that it was
I used to play it
defaulted
when
to.
I was younger, and I
Perhaps,
don't
yeah.
remember playing inverted.
I played it the way it
Never
was.
found the controllers.
I played it the way it was freaking laid out for
The
me.
way
you
it
know
was
what I mean?
designed to.
I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And it just came. But I remember the first game I played on Nintendo 64 was Pilot Wings, and I was already
a
used to
plane.
look. Yes, I was already
That was
used
a
to
plane.
pulling back to look up, so I think Nintendo 64 had a lot to do with that.
That must be so difficult for you.
It's not. It
It's
really
like being
isn't.
left-handed.
It's.
That must be a curse.
At least it's not. At least it's,
It's
not,
not
the
difficult.
legacy sticks. At least it's not.
What
that.
are the legacy stick?
I don't
God.
know. It looks.
I've tried it because you can do it in Overwatch, and it is horrendous to me.
What are they
Legacy
do?
Because you you have to use both the left and right analog sticks.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if you move the analog stick up and back,
Mm-hmm.
you move forward and back. But if you turn it, the left stick left and right,
You're strafing.
Strafe?
no, your camera will be going left and right.
Oh,
And vice versa on the right analog stick.
Yeah,
It is a
wow.
nightmare.
oh, my
Yeah,
God.
that's right. Strafing will be what you expect it to do.
But it doesn't. It
But
just
it
looks
doesn't,
left
no.
and
No,
right.
that takes some serious hand-eye coordination. If you can do that, power to you.
Yeah.
It all comes down. It all comes down to what you're used to. I don't have any problems. I mean, you see me play first person shooter. You see me play other games that
No, kills me.
Huh?
Whenever I see
Yeah. Whoever has to take my controller, I'm like, I'm sorry. Just switch
Oh
it
yeah,
back.
I first noticed when we were helping you out with the witness. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
but I stuck with it. I just dealt with them like I'm not going to change the settings.
I think this is part of the puzzle. The puzzle of the witness. You're supposed to press down so that the thing
So
will
the
go
line
up.
will go up. Yeah. Oh man. All right.
First,
That reminds me also of what you remember playing, which actually we just did not even an hour ago.
Street Fighter.
Playing Street Fighter
Yeah.
2 on Super Nintendo, and my God, wanting to change the layout of the
buttons,
buttons
yes.
because I wanted to have all my punch buttons on real buttons. Because those were my Shoryuken and Hadokens.
Your go-to buttons, yeah.
Because I only played Ryu and Ken because I suck at Street Fighter 2. And then the lower button was my strong kick because the Takuma Target. It was always.
That's
I wanted
a
to use
weird
that.
way of playing it, but I hear you.
That was the strongest, yeah. And then my shoulder buttons were like low kick, which is you want to have that one on the button because remember the cheap way of like
Stopping something.
stopping
Yeah.
something, with your low kick and,
Or low
and keep
punch.
hitting, keep
Yeah.
hitting, and the low punch exactly. But no, I didn't have it like that.
yeah,
I-
the bumpers I think were like the small
That's a strong
combos
ones.
you can do.
When the default is that that's just the strong ones.
Yeah.
Right now, yeah.
Yeah, right now.
I always had to change it as well, but I always put the smallest ones on top. So low punch, low kick were always on top on the shoulder buttons.
And then you have middle there.
And then I had the same layout that you would have at the arcade. For the top two buttons were the medium and high punch, and the lower two buttons were the medium high kick. Exactly the layout would be in the arcade. That's how I had it on the front, and then the two were the smallest ones. Were the reason I put them there because they were so easy to press because you're already there, and all you have to do is grip to, you know what I mean, and it would I always use it that way. But
I mean,
yeah.
that's a very smart way to do it.
yeah,
Actually,
I didn't play here because I knew I had to change the buttons. Like, I'm not playing with these freaking buttons this way, and I'm not gonna. And the messed up part is I'm gonna like hand it off to somebody else, and they're gonna be all thrown off. You know, so I was like, nah, I'm not gonna play.
that was the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we got some questions for our nothing topic.
in other words, our lazy moment.
Our lazy moment, yes. Giovanni posted out there, if you could live inside a video game world, for example, Mario's Mushroom Kingdom, which
damn
would it be and why?
Oh shit!
I've had some time to think about this, so I'm going to go first.
Okay, yes,
Of
please
course,
do.
you had some time
Please
to
do.
think about
Yeah,
it.
well, I already knew about the question. It's really simple for me, guys.
Witcher 3.
No, Rapture. It is all about Rapture.
No,
Yes.
I would not want to live in the Rapture.
I would love to live in the world of Rapture before the fall of Rapture.
the fall
Yes.
of Rapture. Okay.
I love
Talking about Bioshock 1.
Bioshock. Yeah, I'm sorry. Bioshock. The first Bioshock, Under the Sea, the City of Rapture, before the fall. The fall meaning when shit went to shit.
The real fall.
The real fall, yeah.
Rapture.
I would love to live in that world. I love the Art Deco. I love the music. I love the fact that men wore suits, wore hats. You know, it's just this era that, and this game emulated the hell out of that shit. And then on top of that, it was cool as shit, to be living on the water. Chances are I wouldn't have lived but more than 4 years because then Rapture went to shit. But
if you think about it, like since it was undersea, imagine if it was like another Atlas.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Also, Dreamy Twister. Come on, don't you know Bioshock is his first love?
Yes.
Yeah, I should have known. Yeah, exactly. It would have not been The Witcher.
So what do you guys have?
Okay, well, this is very quick for me to think about a major game that I'll be like, but I think I'll be okay in a Persona world. The reason for that is because hey, I'm in high school and hey, I live in Japan. My two dreams. I get to relive my youth and I live in Japan.
There you go.
And on top of that, I have control over demons and shit that I can summon and suddenly.
Not to mention, there's a lot of love interests.
Exactly. Suddenly, I can romance anybody and everybody, and they will get I have to work on my social links.
There you
go. And I'll have to study a lot. And my knowledge will go up.
In other words, you have to try and keep straight A's or else you get kicked out of your place.
Exactly. Yeah. I'll probably have to be have no name because I'll always be the MC. They doesn't say they don't say the name of it. So, but yeah, I think the reason is mostly because it's in Japan.
It's in Japan.
Yeah,
I got you, Miss Shadow.
So does it really have to be only just video games?
It says video game world.
That's why.
Video game world.
I mean,
No, give us whatever
means something to you.
Yeah. Although I should totally see you as an Overwatch character.
I think so too.
Yeah, it's
I mean, as much as that would be nice, I actually I would like to be in Horizon.
Ooh.
Oh wow, yeah.
Okay.
One, to see it up close and personal, to see how the culture worked and how humanity fell for myself.
Mm-hmm. The
And
differences.
also to see,
a tribal though.
of course, if humanity digressed, that's what happened, and that's what's gonna happen when you take everything away. And also to see the robot animals myself, because even though it looked awesome in the game, it's gonna look terrifying in person.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
There's a certain level of this is a video game that goes away when you suddenly see that shit right there. You're like,
that's why no one ever is gonna say, "I want to live in the world of Last of Us."
no,
because fuck zombies.
No, fuck clickers. Screw that.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't. Because everyone's like, "Oh, I want to be in the apocalypse." I'm like, no. At least I chose a good apocalypse.
All right, so Jason threw a question out here. This is going to take a little bit, so that's why I want to get to it real quick. What are your top 3 favorite male and female characters? Can be from anything, not only video games. So that's actually
broad.
widens the net a little bit.
That kind of stumped us a bit.
Yeah, that definitely widens the net. I'm gonna go first, like I said, since I had an opportunity to
study this and have real answers. We're all
It means he has
answers
time
now.
on his hands.
I have maybe one of each. So, female character in a video game, Aloy. Period. It's just that was such a great character to me. I really dug the first of all the way you mentioned the world and everything, the world building, and I love the fact that she was as strong, not following the the rule of the land, just like no questioning, and it was a very strong character. So I definitely have to give that to her. I would also throw in there Femme Shep because my shepherd was Femme. And she
Shepherd
was
awesome.
badass is all I can say on that. Definitely going to throw her in there. I can't think of a third one for that.
Miss Pac-Man.
Okay.
Hey,
We'll go
it was
with
a
that.
pioneer.
Mrs. Pac-Man.
There you
Sure.
go.
We'll throw that in there. Top favorite male, again, top of my head. I really dug the Wolfenstein Blazkowicz, the most recent Wolfenstein.
Oh yeah, that guy was cool.
I think they really gave that guy a serious, nice little background. The story was nice. I don't know if you recall the story, but I really dug the story, the relationship between him and the woman. I can't remember her name now. It was really well done. I mean, that's why I cannot wait for Wolfenstein 2 because I was like, this is really, if they follow this suit, I've already seen some of the trailers and the characters alone have me going, yes, I want to be in this.
Yeah.
That's really all that comes to mind for the men. So I'm gonna toss it to you guys.
Oh, you want to go?
Honestly, I don't know. I've been trying to think. I'm like, well, I don't know.
No Aloy?
This is.
I know yours is gonna be Bayonetta. No, what Bayonetta?
Oh
hope
yeah,
so.
Yeah.
I would hope
obviously,
so.
yeah. Female characters begins and ends with Bayonetta.
No Lara Croft for anybody.
Actually, I was considering putting her also, to be honest with you. But if I had to pick, I would pick this version of
The
Lara Croft,
recent, yeah.
not the over sexualized, like, oh, look at me, I am, so, not that,
No,
not that one.
The
But
good one.
yeah, but I mean, I like Bayonetta too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah.
I would say, and I can't believe I'm blanking out on her name. Star Wars, episode 8, episode 7.
Oh, you talking about? I need to talk about. Gosh,
Is it Ray?
Ray, thank you.
Yes, Ray. Yeah,
I
no, definitely.
love that character
Definitely.
so much.
Well done.
Yeah, she
Very
was
well done.
very, very, very well done. And yeah, I can't wait for the new Star Wars to see
To
her
see the
role.
follow-up
Like,
story, yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
she is like what you saw in Luke, like the way you wanted him to go and all that. It's almost like you see it again in this lady. I'm sorry.
Don't you know to silence your cell phone?
It is actually it's my dad, so I'm gonna have to take this. So yeah, Ray is definitely there, and shoot, I don't have a third one honestly.
I couldn't fill the ranks either. Yeah, so.
A third female character. Let's just put Lara there. Why
All right.
not? Yeah,
Lara Croft.
Yeah, Lara Croft.
The old school. How about you, Shadow?
I guess the only one that I can still think of that's quite fresh in my mind would have to be Chloe Price from Life is Strange.
Chloe Price. Okay.
I know that. Why would you pick teenager angst? I'm like, because
No.
one, she has a good story behind her, and since I played Before the Storm, and I'm surprised how well I enjoyed it, and it made me actually like the character even more, especially since the actress herself, who played Aloy, was so good in it.
Ashley Birch.
That's your
is the
best.
character.
In the original Life is Strange,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
also the other actress, I forgot her name. She was quite decent too. I'm surprised how well it went.
Good. Good.
I heard this version. I heard that second that's
Second actress
No, the Life is Strange
Before the Storm.
Episode
before.
2?
Yeah, wasn't as good because he doesn't have the. First of all, he doesn't have the supernatural element, but also because like the engine they use is fucking Unity. So now the characters
That's right,
and
they switch
everything
engines.
looks
Have
very.
you actually looked at it side by side? There is some differences, but it's still like models and all that. Still
I saw side by side where it looks it looks very pasty. Like there was not, you can see, and it's not to say that the first one looked fantastic, but yeah, this one.
But they
kinda
still
didn't
kept
look
elements
great.
of the first one. But
Yeah.
instead of I mean, I know a lot of people will judge by the way it looks, but you gotta play it first to get a feel of it
Yeah, definitely.
and to understand it. That's why I give games a chance, just to understand. Even if it looks amazing, it can still be terrible.
And vice versa. It could look terrible and then be amazing.
I just remembered the other female character that I
Oh.
absolutely remember.
Okay.
Ellie. Come
Oh,
on, guys.
hell yeah.
You guys can't forget about Ellie.
No, you're right.
And
You're
for that,
absolutely right.
and for that matter,
You forgot about Ellie for the
I was about
record.
to say,
Yeah.
you keep forgetting about her.
and for that matter, Joel.
Oh, okay.
Joel is a good character.
You're right. It's a great character.
Favorite, maybe. Maybe
I
not?
would not put him in the favorites. Not that he was a. Let's just be real.
Let's be real here.
His character, when all said and done, is not the best character.
No. So I had.
And I mean that in the sense that he was acted well done. I mean, it's just the plot story of his character is like, okay, in the end you go, ooh, wow.
Yeah.
believe it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. So I can close out my females.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ellie, Rey from Star Wars, and the other one that I should have mentioned, GLaDOS.
Oh,
GLaDOS.
okay.
Hands down, my favorite
enough.
character
The cake
of
is
any
alive.
game. Period.
The cake is alive.
The cake is alive. But that character is as true as it can be.
I can definitely get with that. I can definitely with that. All right. Well, that we have to cut this a little short here, guys. I'm not short. I mean, we've been here for already an hour and 50 minutes, but yeah, we're just gonna have to stop.
Well, was there any other questions?
No. Let me see. Let me go back to it. Real quick.
Yeah. Let's not let anybody out. Sorry, guys. I suddenly had a thing that happened, but I think we still have time.
I had a thing that happened, but
Yeah. I thought I was gonna have to leave, but immediately, but no, I don't.
So question from Jason Ferriello: why is David so touchy?
Okay, we can close this down already.
He's drunk. Does he not get enough attention from wifey?
It's okay.
And we'll see you next week. GG.
A last one mentioned here, also from Jason Ferriello, and that is, last but not least, why is Chakrod a scrub?
Because he needs to get good.
Oh, Chakrod, we love you.
Jason. What is Jason? There you go.
But you know what?
Jason believes in
is
magic.
the biggest
Jason
troll,
believes in
but
magic.
a good troll at that.
Oh, definitely. No, we love that guy.
Let me tell you, that guy is pretty awesome.
Yes.
I love his imagination and the things that he comes up with.
Most definitely.
By the way, I
Very
love
alright.
the picture of me biting the shit out of a keyboard.
Oh, give her a mouth. Oh, that was the
Because-
best. Jason, you're fucking awesome. That was so hilarious.
Please tell me you're going to put that as your background.
I might.
That should
Or
totally
at
be
least
the
a
background
cycle.
of the podcast,
Yes.
I say.
I just might. For the record, he nailed it on the head. That's pretty much how I feel about it.
That's actually the way you look when you talk about keyword mouse, too.
Yeah.
That's
I'm,
exactly
I'm holding that shit back right now. Let me let you know. But yeah, so thanks so much, guys, for tuning in. This is episode 75 of GG's Mouthful podcast. We are 3/4 away from a century in our podcast life here.
And then our debt will be paid, and we can stop doing this shit.
Oh, come on. You wouldn't say that.
Yeah, he loves this shit.
Hopefully.
As always, if you're listening to this on iTunes, YouTube, or Google Play, by all means,
No
please
love
like.
for Nathan Drake, huh?
Yeah,
Nobody selected him.
No, I don't like him too much.
Yeah,
Sorry.
he's kind of.
I like Nathan Drake. I just know if he's the best guy, but I like Nathan Drake. Again, please like, share, and subscribe to the podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Arnaldo, a.k.a. Mad Dog, signing off for this week. Mr. Dreamy Twister.
The Doom guy from Doom, the Marine. He is fucking awesome. Yes. Let me not forget him.
This last Doom was pretty freaking
It was-
badass. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it was fucking
Oh,
amazing. Yeah.
so good, so good.
Miss Shadow 24/7.
Honestly, I don't want to keep David waiting.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week.
GG!
GG's The Mouthful Podcast is brought to you by GoodGame.Tech, the most welcoming gaming community on Facebook. Join the conversation at www.goodgame.tech.